Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching GEEKCASTER. This is Michael, and in the studio, we have the one, the only,
MoMo.
Bring the smoke, Dayveyonne Bussy.
Bring the smoke. How you guys doing today?
We're doing great, man.
Pretty good. Still cold. Still unreasonably cold.
Yeah, it is. Just a little bit. So, we're everything sci-fi, fantasy, cosplay, gaming. That's right, everything geek culture. And today we're going to enter the world of celebrity. Now, Dayveyonne, you brought this up, and you were talking about. Now, you specifically said know when to use celebrity. Now, what did that mean?
Okay. We was just talking about Ghostbusters, and we noticed that it has a Stranger Things theme to it or feel to it because we noticed that one of the characters in the trailer is from the show Stranger Things.
Right.
That could be a hit and miss sometimes.
Okay.
Because are you trying to draw the attention to the foundation of Ghostbusters, or are you trying to draw the audience to Stranger Things? Because that could be a hit and miss. Just like he has another movie coming out, the same kid in the trailer has another horror movie coming out. I forgot the name of the horror film, but it's him.
You can look it up. That's
yeah,
cool.
it's a little girl and him. I forgot what it is.
That's interesting too, because if you look at it, a lot of the classics like Star Trek and Star Wars, for the first time, yes, they had a few people that had a little buzz or a little name, but for the most part, it wasn't star-studded. When they started doing volume 1, 2, and 3, they started planting a lot of celebrities. And definitely the post Return of the Jedi films, there's tons of stars. Even breathing so hard, sir.
Oh.
I was like, Darth Vader, what's happening?
Sorry.
Yeah, like a couple people even wearing like the stormtrooper outfits and like the guy that played 007, he's like one of them in the film. I don't know if you knew that. I forget his name, but
Which one? Ooh.
Wait,
I'll
the current Bond or
the last Bond, yeah. In
Daniel Craig.
Daniel, yeah, he's in there. And then you got Lupita as well. So, I mean, it's great, but at the same time, it's like we're not seeing these movies for the stars. We're seeing these movies for the story. And it's not always necessary, right? And I think that's kind of where Dayveyonne was going with it. Sometimes it doesn't matter either way. Oh, it's kind of cool to see, like the names I just mentioned. But then when it goes to playing superheroes, sometimes that turns fans off from watching the movie. It doesn't really.
Yeah, that was actually. So I was thinking about that the other day because I was in a conversation with that about The Lion King. And no, literally the CGI Lion King, and it had all these famous people,
right?
And then like a couple original cast members, but it had all these famous people. But it's in animation, and so like you need voice actors, and they have Don't Come For Me. Beyonce can't voice act.
She can't act at all.
Her accent's too strong, and you can hear her. And Donald Glover can't voice act either.
He can act.
He can't voice act. There is a difference between regular acting and voice acting. And so like it was, you have all these cast members, but like it's not very effective because we recognize their voice.
Now, no shots fired towards the people you mentioned, But if you are an actor and if you can't voice act, can you really act?
No, yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Just like if you notice people who are in theater, they are. It's a different level of acting than people who are just in movies, and again, it's a different level of acting for people who just voice act.
Do you think it's more difficult? Because the reason why I asked that, because now that you mention, now I'm thinking if you're in a film, right? There's tons of people that are action heroes, but they really aren't good actors, because you have the explosions, you have all this stuff that can kind of hide the fact that you can't act. But if you're a voice actor, that's it. You have to convey that emotion, or that's it. You can't,
Look at Kevin.
Is that fair to say, or
it is? But like when you're a voice actor, they can't see your face or anything. They just see the character, and so you have to convey the emotions.
That's what I just said.
No, I know you said they have to convey their emotions through their voice, but then at the same time, they also have to portray different characters, because there's a lot of characters, especially in anime and cartoons, that are voiced by the same people. And like Cree Summer is notorious. She is the black girl voice actor. Well, if there's a black character that's a girl, it's probably voiced by Cree Summer.
But you know what? Actually went to BoroCon. I got to meet Cree Summer, and she was talking about her experiences and how she got into business. Her dad was into business. She got into business. There's only about 30 people that do everything, right? If that number. But it's such a small clique. They don't hire anyone beyond those 30 people.
Right.
Yeah.
So you wonder, are they all that amazing, or is it just kind of nepotism and who knows who, and that's it?
Nepotism.
No, it's definitely nepotism and who knows who, because Funimation is currently running into this problem. Funimation and the other dubbing companies are running into this problem where all of their voice actors, like all of the characters on dubs, sound the same, and the dubs are trash. And so people are watching subbed anime more and more than they are dubbed anime, because they recognize that this 12-year-old or 13-year-old sounds like a 40-year-old man.
Oh, wow.
Like, oh my God, it's time for us to play a game.
Like, it doesn't sound good.
Right.
And because people recognize that and they know, they're more likely to switch over to subs, where it's like a lot of the anime that was for like an older audience, so like teenagers and like young adults, they have their regular adult voice, and so people don't really take problem with it, which is why when people are like dubs are trash, and then someone's like Cowboy Bebop, it's like, well, they're actually 30. They're 20-year-olds playing 20-year-olds at that time, so it's not like they're not straining their voice or anything, and it's just kind of a thing.
I'll give a shout out to Bruce, because he always says this. He says, as long as the actor can fit the costume, he's hired.
Right.
And it's interesting, because does it really matter who's playing Batman next?
No.
It really does, it in a sense that it'd be better off getting a no name that no one has any kind of emotional attachment to than the current new Batman. A lot of people have issues, and like, I don't want to see it because he's playing Batman. He was in Twilight. How could I, and
get with the glow.
I find that hilarious, because like
a glowing Batman.
they don't have like they don't really have an emotional attachment to him, because if they did, they would know that he could do it, because
they're hiring him because of the name. They're not, it's kind of like, well, who has a name and can kind of pull it off, rather than looking for individuals that can really, you guys know from watching all these cosplayers.
In the circle.
There's so many cosplayers that for 5 hours, not only some of them are doing a better job making costumes than some of the people in Hollywood, but really act like that character according to, folklore, the history of it, and do a really great job.
This is a Starfire thing all over again.
Now.
Well, my thing is with the
That's
whole
true.
Batman,
Remember that? Yeah.
With the whole Batman thing?
Yeah, it's just the fact that we already knew that Michael Keaton did a good job. Michael Keaton was going to be Batman. We knew Kevin Conroy, voice of Bruce Wayne and Batman. He was in what's that CW show? The one with all the superheroes now.
Legend?
Not Legends. The new one.
That one?
The one where everybody's together. It's like a whole episode.
Oh no, the we were talking about earlier.
Crisis on Infinite Earth.
That
Took me a while. He's in there for a short cameo. And he's
great. But he's amazing though. I'm talking about people that are they just don't fit the role. They just don't fit the role.
Look, Ben Affleck doesn't fit Batman, but he sure enough fit Bruce Wayne.
Henry Cavill doesn't fit Superman, but they stuck him in.
I would have
spandex.
A lot of people were really hard on Ben Affleck
for Batman,
but
voice.
I would say that he did
a good Bruce Wayne though.
Well, based on the script, he did the best I think he could possibly do. But I felt it wasn't bad.
Give Christian Bale a chance. Christian Bale for Batman. Bring him back with Christopher Nolan.
Oh, no.
Yes! Don't say no. No, y'all, no.
No, okay. Okay, so Ben Affleck did...
Listen, where's the drugs?
Ben Affleck did a good...
the knight.
Ben Affleck did a good Batman. Wait, sorry, not Ben Affleck. Sorry. Ben Affleck did a good Bruce Wayne. Mm-hmm. And then, the other one that we just said.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale did a better Bruce Wayne.
Christian Bale was as amazing as his in the one that actually had a Joker. I mean, that kind of helped because the Joker in that film, and that's just a lesson for any writers out there. Your hero is as good as your villain. And that's my problem with the Wonder Woman trailer, because just from what was shown, I'm like,
See, I still feel it's not about the villain. It's not about them like having a strong or weak villain in that, because the villain's actually very strong. You're just not familiar with them.
Oh no, I'm just saying how they're portrayed so far in the trailer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, so for instance, do you guys watch The Walking Dead?
Yes.
No, not really, but continue. I watched enough of it.
I was done when what's his name died. But anyway.
So Negan was one of the best villains. Mm-hmm. Now the current villain, from the Whisperers, she's just annoying.
Thank you.
She's just annoying.
I don't know what it is, but like you said she, and I was like, I know immediately what the problem is. It's like there's a dude writing it and they don't know what they're doing.
You think that's it? They don't know?
That happens all too often in...
Aren't you being sexist? How do you know it's not a woman writer?
I don't, however... However,
because you'd be mad at yourself.
No, because in the industry as a whole, it's very common for men to keep their boys club, like how we were talking earlier with the voice actors. It's a tight-knit group, and so they're like, okay, they keep saying they want a woman character, they want a woman this, that, the other, and so like, let's just write them, let's just do it ourselves, and they miss the mark a lot. And then when they do get a woman to write it, they pick the one off the top.
Well, again, to be fair, there are a lot more women writers. Not enough in the writer's room, but there are a lot. And you know what? There's a good percentage of them just as bad as the men. So it's freedom for everyone to suck.
That's true. There was a Netflix show that was written by a woman, and then I was like, after watching it, I was like, okay, cool. This is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be cool. And then like halfway through, I'm just like, I feel like this is so disappointing. Oh, sorry, I hit my mic. I feel like this is so disappointing. And then like at the end of it, I was just like, oh, good God, why did they let her write that? Like, I get it if it was her idea, but whatnot. But, like, they really just, well, we're going to have a woman show. We're going to have a woman write it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. She's going to write it. And it just so happens that she's not the best one in the room. And I'm just like, why?
Are there any celebrities that either of you hope never play a superhero?
Beyonce.
Or villain? Oh,
Beyonce.
Wow. Wow, that was quick. You didn't even think.
Any of, actually no, majority of the female musical artists.
No, because I could see Rihanna. Rihanna does a good job at acting.
Majority, not all of them.
I'm just making sure you don't say Rihanna. But anyway.
Yeah, because like a lot of female artists have their image attached to them, like attached to them at the hip. Mm-hmm. So it's difficult to separate them out as like the character. Instead, you just look at the screen and see the artist. And then on top of that, like, just because you can sing doesn't mean you can act, and vice versa. And so, like, because of that celebrity title, they give them the role anyway, and they're like, go ahead.
Stick with your day job.
Interesting. So that's it. So, all right. So I hope the Beehive doesn't come after you. If they do, it's nice knowing you, sir.
Hey, if they come at me, I'm the most hated man in America right now anyway, so what the heck?
No.
Nope.
There's a Cheeto.
What?
Just think about it.
Cheeto.
Just put the color together and you'll figure it out.
Oh, damn.
So that's interesting. It's interesting how you quickly went to music.
Trying to think who else?
What about any of the reality stars or quote unquote influencers?
Well,
I don't follow enough of them. I don't pay attention to them enough to like really say anything.
I could say that the ones that's already made a name for themselves, some of them already had opportunities to perform and show that they can act and stuff. Like King Batch, great actor. I ain't gonna say he's that bad. Like there's some worse.
We're not about worse. The bar is so low.
but
who would do a great job?
But I think King Batch he can improve. He's not bad, but he can improve.
I'm not anybody's grandmother. I don't care about who can improve. Who would you not like to see be Batman, Robin, Cyclops, any superhero?
I don't want to.
Are there any celebrities you do not want? Like, don't you take that gig?
I don't want to see anybody ever be Cyclops again. I'm tired of that shit. Like, I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Watch your mouth.
Okay, y'all didn't hear that. But no, because so like with celebrities, there's.
I would quickly go to sports before singers, before musicians and rappers. Because
I'm sorry,
the singers and rappers, they're acting. Like a lot of them, that's not even who they really are. Well, at least,
That's true, but I didn't even consider sports
they're famous.
athletes first celebrities. They're famous, but I didn't consider them as like celebrities.
Oh, I got a couple of them. Now
Kardashians.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. That was another person that was ringing in my head. Okay, I'm Kim. Yes,
how likely? So if we were to flip it, how likely are you to see a movie because a celebrity's in it? The opposite.
It depends who the celebrity is.
It's pretty rare for me because if I follow a celebrity acting wise, then honestly it's probably because I've just like so happened to see them in multiple movies and I like what they do as far as acting goes for me to pay enough attention to be like, oh, they're in it? I should make a note to go see that. Like Jordan Peele as a director, I'm a chicken, so I don't really watch horror films, and so I still keep tabs on the film. Like, even though I don't actually go and watch it, I know people who will go and watch it, and so when they do, I'm like, hey, tell me about the film. Yeah, I'm a chicken.
Right. Well, is there anyone that you guys would, oh, this person's in it, so you're going to see it? Is there anybody or no?
Ryan Reynolds.
That's it?
Probably Lupita Nyong'o at this point.
Like, I'm definitely going to see that Michael Bay, Ryan Reynolds, even though I don't like Michael Bay, but I'm going to see it because of Ryan Reynolds. That was really fast. I'm sorry. It's Ryan Reynolds. Where? Right there. Right there.
And Momo, yourself?
Lupita Nyong'o, Danai Gurira, and then Chadwick Boseman also. Like, a lot of his earlier stuff I didn't see because a lot of, in Hollywood, your first films are usually, like, race films, like, slave films, historical films, etc., etc. And so, like, when you do finally get, like, a non-historical role, you're just like, oh, okay. And so, like, Chadwick Boseman, I didn't pay attention to a lot of his earlier stuff because, like, he was Thurgood Marshall in one movie, and then, like, when I paid attention to him was Black Panther, of course, and then he recently came out with
21 Bridges?
Yeah, with 21 Bridges. And so I was like, I need to go see that because...
I saw some of his movies. Like, I saw Jackie was it 42? Jackie Robinson?
42.
And a couple of other films that he did. And to me, he did an outstanding job as portraying those historic black people. So I got most of the movies in my library show. So anytime Black History comes, I'll be like, okay, it's time to watch some Black History. I'll watch that.
Yeah, no. Like, I'm tired of it being the only thing that we're in consistently.
That's positive, yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm gonna shelf that entire genre.
Okay, I got a question for two of y'all, if you don't mind. You heard there was something going on Facebook about Will Smith and Denzel Washington playing two of the most powerful X-Men, which is Magneto and Professor X. Do you actually see this actually occurring or happening?
No, because there will be too much backlash about pandering.
Michael?
I don't think they care about the backlash, but that would be a hefty ticket. They got to pay for both of them to be in a movie together.
That's true.
Budget-wise, I don't know if they could handle both of them.
You think Disney can't handle that?
What
budget
they want
in regards
to
to profit.
Right. And well, I mean, with Disney Plus, that kind of changes the game because once they have it, they own it, and they can play that for as long as humans exist.
Yeah.
But then I wonder, will people that are not of color have an issue with both of them? I'm curious to see.
I'm pretty sure people of color would have an issue with that.
I think, okay.
Honestly, which one would Will Smith play?
Because this is what the person said on
Oh, Will will definitely be Professor X.
They said Will Smith will be Professor X, which I totally disagred. He should not be.
I don't think he should be either one of them. I think Denzel Washington. Ironically, if you change.
I could see Denzel Washington as Professor X.
See, I could also see him as Magneto, though. So, like...
Because Denzel Washington is a versatile actor.
Will Smith is not really.
Like...
I didn't say that, you did.
I know, I'm really saying
that doesn't mean he's not a good actor. He's a good actor. He's just not as...
versatile as Denzel.
Which is hilarious because Denzel gets so much more hate for being typecast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because he's played the same thing in every movie.
Yeah.
And now he plays the same, like, another same thing. Like, he was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now it's like, he played the same character, and now he's, like, Training Day. So now it's like you either play what you've done a long time, or you play a whole bunch of Training Days. But he can do more than that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So So it's interesting to see. But again, it's like sometimes you can't blame the actor. It's the writer, the directors, the casting people. Oh, well, you do a great, like who, Angela Bassett.
Yeah.
To me, one of the greatest actresses, but she plays the same thing over and over again.
And I thought she was going to play Storm.
And wait, okay.
That would never happen.
What?
That's all in our hopes and dreams.
Yeah,
that's as far
years
as it goes.
ago that would have been awesome.
Yeah, besides Halle Berry, that would have been freaking awesome.
Yeah. So quick timeout. I'm gonna jump back.
Timeout.
No. Okay. So you said directors and things, and that reminded me about Sony. So with the Sony Spider-Man thing, one of the biggest issues on Sony's end was they did not want. Who's the head of Marvel Cinema? Kevin
Feige.
Okay, so they didn't want him directing the next Spider-Man. Like, they wanted him completely off the project.
Oh, wow.
And, like, yes, Disney was the one that brought the negotiations up early.
You talking about live action or animation?
Live action.
Okay.
So, yes, Disney brought the renegotiations up early, but one of Sony's negotiating terms, which was pretty alarming, because like the rest was kind of, it's like, okay, yeah, considering it's versus Disney, multi-billion-dollar company. One of their things was like, we want Kevin off the project.
Wow,
dang, okay.
Wow.
And so, like, that was.
But you know what? I don't think
that would be a smart move anyway.
It doesn't work the same way with all directors, even if they had successes. So for instance, if someone says, hey, Spike Lee, there's a certain amount of people that they just want to see what Spike Lee has done next. Same thing with Tarantino.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, like, well, what's he gonna do? Especially Tarantino. They're like, are you gonna offend me?
but we love it though.
Right. You know, so
have either of those two ever created a superhero film?
So I don't think it would hurt for him not being on it, but that hurts. Ouch. That hurts him. I think
it was like
disrespectful.
Yeah.
No. I think it was kind of the other way around. Like a protection thing on like Sony's end, because like, you know, when you don't like someone, you're just like, okay, I can work with them. But then like to hold the project until that specific person's off, there's got to be more to that.
So really quick before we go, we got like 1 more minute. So, actor, director, writer, any of those three would get you to watch a film, or no, it's just all about the film?
All about the film.
All about the film.
Cool.
Unless it's Ryan Reynolds.
And on that note, you're watching GEEKCASTER. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And continue to hit us up, and any topics you want us to talk about, let us know.